This podcast is a production of Unfiltered Studios. If you would like to know more about joining Unfiltered Studios, please visit our website at unfpod.com for more information.
Stupid. I can't stand it. These are facts. All right. I don't give a fuck. This is how we're doing it. We're going to do it. Are you ready, sir?
So are you really trying to do it?
Who gives a shit? Who gives a shit? This is our podcast. We can do whatever the fuck we want. This is episode 100. It is time. Like we haven't ever let loose before. We're going to let loose again.
Like every time.
Even more.
That's fair.
Ready?
Okay.
Welcome
to
this
episode
of
the KJandapodcast.
Podcast.
Fuck yeah.
Welcome to. My name is Kevin. I'm the K.
And my name is Jay, and thank you for coming to our 100th episode celebration.
Yeah, we're having a party, and guess what we brought here?
Unfortunately, you can't see it, but Twisted Tea.
Twisted Tea!
Literally, we need to send them a picture.
We do. Did I take a picture?
You took a picture. I don't know if we had our...
No, I don't think we had our teas. Hold on. All right, I'll take a picture now. Keep talking.
Hey, guess what? So, Twisted Tea, you can finally be like, oh my god, they actually do drink our stuff. Yeah, we do. We do drink it a lot. We drink it like every friggin' time.
When did you first bring
Twisted Teas into the equation?
Yeah, because I remember you just brought it one day, and I was like, yeah, all right, I'll try it. And then ever since then, it's been like every time. Where's Twisted Tea then?
You know,
I
cannot pinpoint the exact day, but I do remember. I think it was.
I'll have to listen back to our old episodes. I'm pretty sure we mentioned it.
Yeah. Because I mean, again, unlike a regular beer, this is still 5% alcohol.
Yeah.
And it is not overly filling.
Yeah, that's my main thing is like beer. If I drink, like, I don't even like the taste of beer, but if I force one down, it's like one, and I'm like, oh, okay, I can't drink anymore. Like, my stomach feels like it's about to explode. It's like, I don't know, like, I can't even drink full-on sodas because they feel the same way. Like,
yeah.
just carbonation.
It's all that extra carbonation. I tend to prefer stouts and porters now. Thank you, Father. I blame you.
I mean, I can't do that shit. Like, I don't like the taste of beer. I like ciders are okay, and they're like barely okay. Yeah. If I feel like I really want to drink, I'll drink a cider.
Fair enough.
But
shot of Fireball too.
Yeah. Oh, well, shots of Fireball are different, sir. Shots are different because you get that one punch in the face, and you're like,
Well, I mean, here's apple.
Yeah.
Here's cinnamon. It's almost like an apple pie.
I have Apple Jacks.
Yeah,
it's an Apple Jack shot.
There you go.
But we're not. But we're talking about shots. We were talking about beer. We're not talking about shots.
Hard cider's kind of like a beer.
Like Reds is apple.
Yeah.
You could probably add a shot of Fireball to Reds. That'd be really good.
Yeah, I bet it'd be
good.
Bold Rock Imperials. Ooh, no.
Bold Rock is okay. I can do Bold Rocks.
Yeah, they're really good.
Bold Rocks. I think mostly lack of beer is a trauma thing, but it also tastes like what I assume moose piss tastes like. I don't know for sure, but I assume that if I were to drink moose piss, it would taste like Budweiser.
Apparently, per Beer Fest.
Mm-hmm. Beer Fest!
If you can drink ram's piss, you can drink anything.
All right, see? They know. It's similar. Very similar.
It looks very lemonade-y.
Every time I think of Beer Fest, the one part where the dude drowns in the beer, and he's like trying to drink his way out, and he's like,
I feel like he almost had it.
He almost had it, man. He was so close. And then his like cousin or whatever comes up and is just like, just act like I am the exact same person. So just call me.
My name's Gil. I feel like I already know you guys.
And then his grandmother, like, you got the farm, the sausage.
Is that how they warm sausages?
Your mom is a whore. Shut up! Grandma is not a whore.
La 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 la. Bam!
You gotta warm that sausage. Farm the sausage.
So fucking terrible. All these motions. Jesus Christ.
I'm not letting it go. Oh, welcome to episode 100.
If you didn't know.
Oh, we bullshit on this podcast. I don't know if you say
so often.
But we actually have a goal.
Yeah. So you remember way back when. Like,
Diddle-doo, 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 diddle-doo.
hey, welcome to the first episode of the KJandapodcast.
My name is Kevin. I'm the K.
Hey, my name's Jay.
And the A stands for anime.
Facts.
All right, back to the present. Diddle-doo, 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 diddle-doo.
You know, we did Princess Mononoke, a Ghibli classic, for our first episode, and we were trying.
It was like every 10.
Yeah, every 10. We were trying every 10, and we made 30 episodes. And episode 100, we wanted to do a Ghibli. We really wanted to do the Boy and the Heron.
Mm-hmm.
But unfortunately, we didn't go see it in theaters, and
I have no idea where it is.
it's not available for rent or buy from any streaming service that we know of right now.
So we did something similar.
We went with one of our favorite directors, Makoto Shinkai.
Yes, Makoto Shinkai. I love you so much.
Again, your name is
name, number one, forever.
Fucking fabulous.
Number one. It was so good.
Can't top it.
Look, I'm not even like crazy about animes, but fucking Your Name. If you watch any anime ever, watch Your Name.
Yes.
It's so good. I want to watch it again. Actually, I need to watch it again.
I think it's been long enough since we watched it that we probably could go back and do like just a redo.
Remember when we loved this thing? Let's talk about it again.
We love it so much.
It's so good. Your Name. That's what it's called. Yourname. That's the name of the anime. It's so good. Makoto Shinkai. Doea.
But again, Makoto Shinkai, and Netflix is currently streaming Suzume, which is his most recent film. So we said, if we can't do a Ghibli, which we could, because we could just go to...
We could. I mean, you can fucking find them anywhere.
Yeah, but let's do something new. It's more recent.
Yeah. So we did Suzume, which is pretty close to Ghibli.
I think,
far as like it doesn't do anything where you're like, oh, this is gonna be real like fucked up, or it's gonna have some bloody crazy bullshit in it. It's like a family friendly, basically.
Yeah. It's a good, if I'm correct, rated PG-13.
Yeah, 100%.
So yes, your kids can watch this.
Yeah, I tried to get my kids to watch it, but God forbid they do anything with their father.
Fair enough.
I love him so much. Let's play.
So this is it's funny because Suzume is actually only a part of the title.
Oh yeah. Wait, what?
Yeah, it's actually.
I thought you were talking about she was only part of the movie.
No.
I mean,
no, she was the main character of the film.
Yeah, she was the main character,
which was lovely because I'm like, really, they just decided to name the whole movie after
her. Yeah,
cool. So Suzume no Tojimari is the actual full title, and it's called Suzume's Locking Up, but we're just calling it Suzume.
Locking Up. Okay, I see why they call. Yeah.
You get it.
I get it. It was really it's fine. Do your thing. Do your thing, and I'll tell you about it.
Okay. All right. So IMDb 7.6 out of 10, 41K reviews, Crunchyroll 4.9 out of 5. Rotten Tomatoes, 96% on their tomato meter with 132 reviews, 98% from the audience score with over 1,000 verified ratings again. Google users 4.7 out of 5.
We should verify on Rotten Tomatoes because we said that we needed to do that.
On like all the
on all our animes
platforms.
We ordered.
We
did.
I think we're in on all of them, but we're not verified, and we actually have not put in any reviews. So
we haven't done any reviews. You really should just go through and like review.
Right to the end, just be like, this is our.
This was our review, KJandapodcast. We did our thing.
Boom.
Goodbye.
Yeah, we liked it or we hated it.
We liked it. This was doo-doo.
So, if you're listening to this, episode 100, we're gonna get around to that.
One day.
Yeah, we'll have to share duties on that one. That's a lot of.
Yeah, that is a lot of going back and listening to old podcasts, and
we'll have to pick episodes, and we'll have to like.
Right, I do 1 through 10. You do 11 through 20.
And we'll just put it out there.
But it's episode 100, so somebody text us on our number.
Yeah, finally.
Please, because honestly, Google texted me, messaged me, and was like, "Hey, your number's gonna be disappearing soon.
If you don't,
you got a month. If you don't get anything."
Yeah.
So I'm tired of texting myself. Somebody do it.
Yeah.
858-848-5562.
Yeah.
Do the thing. Text us. Ask us questions.
Yeah, anything.
Do something.
We'll talk about our actual selves.
Yeah. If you want to know, it's cool.
Yeah. We actually talk.
We're funny.
To people.
I mean, it's the year of the guest.
Sometimes. Yeah. Yes.
It's the year of the guest. We've been fucking nailing it with that shit, too.
Yeah.
Guests like crazy. Anyways, that's for episode 101.
Yeah.
Anyways, 100 is Suzume. Continue. I'm sorry.
Continue. As we said, Makoto Shinkai. And guess who did the music? Because they always do the music. It's Rad Wimps.
Oh, my Lanta.
So initial release date was back on November 11th of 2022, which was 2 years ago, unfortunately. A runtime about 2 hours and 2 minutes. So
it was pretty long.
Yeah, again, it felt like we were talking about earlier. It felt like X1999, where it was like hit that midpoint, like the movie's done, and then it just kept going.
And then you were like, wait, what?
Oh, there's not going to be a part.
Like at that point, I was like, oh man, that was pretty good. And then I paused and I was like, oh, it's another fucking hour.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like that.
It could have ended halfway through, and I would have been fine with it.
I can tell you right now, the box office, 316.8 million in the U.S.
Can I have one? Can I have a million, please?
I mean, it would be nice.
Gives me ones of the millions.
I could use a million too.
And then you know what I'm going to build with it? A podcast studio.
Really good one too.
A really good one where the camera will see both of us.
I mean, I look at some of these other guys who actually do video, like a name drop, Greg and Tim show. They have like a whole setup.
Yeah,
and they're our Canadian bros.
Yeah,
they do great stuff.
Yeah, I've seen what was it? Grace Tap Room. They have a setup. It's like their whole attic.
Yeah,
is a nice little I mean, there's nothing wrong with what we do. We do it in your living room.
Yeah,
it's fun.
Who is it? Another one that's on YouTube, Only Comics. They've got like a whole like studio set up for like doing their YouTube show, and I'm like, when did you start?
Man,
like, how much are you both going in on this?
It's fine. We'll get there. We'll get there because we are steadily growing.
Yeah.
It's been 100 episodes. We actually made it this far.
Yeah.
We continue to stick to it.
I feel like once you hit 100, I mean, there's no backing out.
Yeah, you can't just stop now.
Yeah, we can't be like
unless you're fucking Mike and Tom eat snacks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, Tom.
Yeah, they ended at exactly 100. They did like 98. And then they didn't do shit for 2 months, and then they did 99, and then like 3 months later they did 100, and we're like, all right, fucking done. We did Oreos for number 100. Fuck this. Because we're fucking Michael Ian Black and Tom Cavanaugh. We can do whatever the fuck we want.
That's fair.
Yeah,
you already got money.
Fair enough.
What are you doing? Yeah. Podcast?
Goodbye. Go be fucking Eobard Thawne.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
For like 7 seasons of The Flash.
That was a joke for like the last 10 episodes of it too, where Michael Ian Black like, aren't you the Flash? Like, aren't you Speedy? Now he's like, I'm not actually the Flash. He's like, you're the Flash, aren't you?
He did kind of become the Flash.
I mean, fucking Michael Ian Black. That shit is so funny. They crack my shit up every time. They're so funny.
All right. So, as far as characters in this movie and cast, we've got Suzume Iwato, played by Nicole Sakura, and then Bennett Hetrick as the young Suzume. Sota Munakata was played by Josh Keaton. Tamaki Iwato, who is Suzume's aunt, played by Jennifer Sun Bell. Minoru Okabe was played by Roger Craig Smith. Rumi Ninomiya was played by Amanda C. Miller. Chika Amabe was played by Rosalie Chiang. Right. Sorry for that extra.
That sounds right.
Tsubame Iwato, who was actually Suzume's mother, was played by Allegra Clark. Hitsujiro Munakata was played by Cam Clark. Of course, that was Sota's grandfather.
He was an asshole.
He was an asshole. Get the fuck out of here! Just give up. Wait, give up on him. Wait, he's done. Come back, what you said? Tomoya Shirazawa, who was Sota's friend, played by Joe Seija. Daijin was played by Lena Josephine Marano, and Miki was played by Mila Lee.
Okay.
Yeah, all the basics, all done.
All right, so at the very beginning, fucking Suzume, her aunt Tamaki. I don't understand the bento boxes that have to be pretty. Like they could have just
the thing. Bro.
They just like slapped. They do the carrots, but then she like had to like press it into a star. No, just give me the circle carrot. Just put the fucking carrot. Like, I don't eat with my eyes. Honestly, I'm probably going to open this box and I'm just going to dump it in my throat hole. and I don't care what it doesn't have to be pretty. You don't have to make a fucking face. You're not impressed. You don't have to impress me. It's going in my mouth. It's all gonna make poop. It's gonna come out the same way. Brown.
It's part of the culture.
Okay. Well, congratulations on your culture. For me personally, I don't give. Just put it all in that box, like one big empty box, and on my way in, I'll be shaking it. Mix it all together. I don't give a fuck.
Man, you are not going to be shaking seaweed around.
I will do whatever the fuck I want, sir. I can do whatever I want. Your little carrot shaped like a star. I don't care.
That's awesome.
I'm gonna shove it in my throat, and I'm gonna chew it.
But hold on. You see how small that star has to be?
I did see how small that star was.
That star has to be super small.
Yeah, and it was like 90% rice. And then they made like a little face on the side. Like, are they just trying to be happy that they're eating just rice?
Penguins.
With like a piece of...
penguins.
I don't give a fuck what it is. I'm just saying, are they trying to be happy because they're eating 90% rice? And so if they put like vegetables on a smiley face, they'll feel better about how tasteless rice is?
I mean, let's keep remembering that we also see them make octopuses... Octopi?
Yes. Octopi.
Sorry.
We don't do octopuses.
James Bond.
Goldeneye. James Bond.
But yeah, octopi out of freaking hot dogs.
Yes.
Ha.
Yes.
Ha.
Still.
Ha.
Still. I don't care. I don't like many people eat with their eyes. I eat with my mouth.
Can't you do both?
Nope.
It's visually
refuse.
It's visually appealing.
Visually appealing. Well, I don't want to mess it up if it's visually appealing.
Ain't you ever seen Gordon Ramsay? Look at that plating.
Yeah, I don't give a fat baby's dick about the plating. It's gonna go in my mouth.
You heard it here first, Gordon.
Yeah, you heard me, Gordon. Make something that I don't want to break. Make something that I'm gonna look at and be like, you know what? I don't want to eat it. It's too pretty. Do it. Make me not want to break it. Personally, even if it's pretty, I'm just going to want to mess it up more. And you know what? And I'm going to do it in like the most asinine way possible. I'm going to take a fork and I'm going to like jam it right in the middle and just stir it. And they're going to be like, what about my Mexican tortilla using, octopi and seaweed? And I also use cotton candy as a glaze. Like, I don't give a shit. It's going in my mouth. I'm going to chew it up. You know what it's going to look like when it's done going down my throat hole? Mush. I don't care. I don't eat with my eyes. Happy 100, motherfucker. This is my hill and I'm dying on it.
Jesus.
Fuck you. Congratulations on your pretty bento box. Like those fucking TikToks where she's like, I'm making breakfast for my child. Boo, 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 and I'm putting carrot sticks. I threw a bag of Doritos in a ham sandwich.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I mean, I want to be that. I used to be that parent who would be like, all right, well, here's something healthy in a small little box. And then eventually, just like me, but I was just like, I'm not eating lunch like that anymore. Okay, cool.
Fair enough.
Thank you for saving me the time that I used to waste when you were younger.
Yeah, go eat free lunch at school. I don't give a fuck. Oh, what are you eating today? Lasagna. Oh, lasagna is just 2 fucking noodles and they threw spaghetti sauce on it.
I'm sorry. Every American Italian meal is basically sauce, pasta, cheese, meat.
Yeah.
Just like tacos.
Tortilla, cheese, meat, and vegetables. And anyone who's listening to this who I've had that argument with, I'm telling you, hey, what is a burrito? Tortilla, cheese, meat, and vegetables. What is a tostada? Tortilla, cheese, meat, and vegetables. Well, what about an enchilada? Tortilla, cheese, meat, and vegetables.
The only difference for Italian is pasta.
Pasta. Yeah.
That's it. That's the only substitute.
Pasta, cheese, meat, and vegetables. What?
Doesn't
what is spaghetti? Pasta, meat, and cheese, vegetables. What's a ravioli? Pasta, meat, and cheese, vegetables.
I'm sorry.
I hope the person who I have this argument with all the time about Mexican, I hope so much you know who you are. I hope that you're listening to this podcast and you are so angry right now. Because, yeah. What is tortellini?
Let me just break it down for you.
Tell me what tortellini is, Jay, real quick.
Pasta, meat, cheese, Vegetable.
Thank you.
Tell me, Americans, are we not basic? Have we not stolen other cuisines and just been like, let's dumb that shit down as much as possible? This shit's so basic.
We were talking about Suzume, but we're 20 minutes in and we haven't done shit. I went off on a tangent about bento boxes.
Which turned into us talking about basic ass American cuisine. We literally stole Mexican food and was like, basic.
This is what you can expect for the next 100 episodes, people.
Italian food, basic.
Basic. Mexican food, basic. Chinese food, basic. It's the same shit everywhere.
Wow, we just changed a couple of things. It's noodles.
Rice. Yeah, noodles.
Noodles and or rice.
Yeah, noodles and or rice. And what meat do you want us to throw on it?
Minus cheese.
Yeah.
And
no
sauce.
cheese.
Yeah, no cheese.
No cheese. Instead of cheese, soy sauce.
Facts.
Or teriyaki.
Or both.
Yeah. And then they're like, do you want it spicy or not?
Ooh. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I love having that option.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And it's just like Indian food is just the same thing, but instead of
sauce
teriyaki, it's curry.
No, it's sauce, meat, naan.
Oh yes! You're right. Fuck, you're right. Naan bread is the shit, though. I love naan bread.
Don't forget the rice. Mm-hmm. Don't forget the rice.
And you got to put curry in it, though, too.
Yeah, I mean, sir.
Rice, curry, naan.
Are we talking curry powder or curry sauce?
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Curry.
So, meat, vegetable sauce, naan, and rice.
Indian food, we just put it in a nutshell.
Basic.
So Suzume.
All right, we're going to stop talking about cuisine.
I'm sorry.
We're going to stop talking about cuisine, I swear to God.
Distracted by bento boxes. Okay, so Suzume is actually really good.
It's really good. Let me preface. All right, as the skies
22 minutes in.
Yeah. As the skies turn red and the planet trembles, Japan stands on the brink of disaster. However, a determined teenager named Suzume sets out on a mission to save her country. Able to see supernatural forces that others cannot, it's up to her to close the mysterious doors that are spreading chaos across the land. A perilous journey awaits as the fate of Japan rests on her shoulders. I love how they just like, now we ain't talking about Soda. Fuck his name. Fuck his ass.
Dude, Soda, I thought it was really cool that they put him as a little chair, which I thought was like, oh, that's adorable, you know.
Yeah,
and the cat was kind of an asshole though at the same time, like.
So that's that. Okay, so it starts off kind of funny. So Suzume's going to school, and she sees Sota, and she's like, kind of like, ooh, shit, he pretty.
Oh yeah, he pretty.
So he asks, hey, I'm looking for ruins, and she's like, hey, there's this place, and then she keeps going as he goes to walk to the ruins, and then she's like, I'm gonna go back.
Yeah, let me go see. I mean, let me tell you, if I lived near a place that was like abandoned town,
like a whole abandoned town,
I would be going there every fucking day,
bro.
Just hanging out.
The way that place looked,
it looked bad as shit.
It
so
looked
cool.
It looked bad, but that one atrium-like area,
yes,
was amazing.
I would live there.
Again, I love the animation quality of.
Oh, it was projects. The one part that really got me. Well, there was two parts. One is when they were looking in the sky and the stars were spinning. It reminded me a lot of when the comet goes overhead in Your Name.
So you're talking about like that end scene?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, toward the end. Then, but also the one that really stood out was when she was standing at the edge of the pool where the first door was, and then it zoomed across. Yes. To where across the water.
See, again,
and like
great cinematography. I want to know why anime movies have such a great cinematography value in comparison to such shitty live action movies that we get in America.
Yes,
Madam Web.
We're not talking about that anymore.
No, we haven't even talked about it yet.
Yeah, we haven't talked about it yet. Wink. So, well, like. There's a lot of. You can tell that they do the 3D animation thing where they just like they do a 3D animation, then they cover it in a thing so it looks 2D.
Right.
But when they do it in series a lot, and I guess it's because they're trying to do as much as possible for as little as possible. You can tell.
Yeah.
And so I'm always like, that's crap. This one, you can tell they do it, but they put so much work and love into it or something. that like when they do, it's like, oh my god, this is beautiful. Like it meshes so well. Like the 2D character sprites versus the 3D backgrounds. It's so good. Like I'm telling you, if I lived near some ruins that look like that,
oh yeah,
I would never be home.
I will give you a comparison. For locals who are listening to us in the Virginia and Richmond area specifically, Lewis Ginter. If there ever was a weird cataclysm and that place was somehow semi-destroyed,
yeah,
but still looked as good as it does now,
yeah,
but just like the
if Belle Isle didn't have the graffiti,
yes,
yeah, if Belle Isle did not have graffiti and the busted down buildings that are now covered in graffiti, because when I was a kid, it was not covered in graffiti, nor was it overgrown.
Yeah, I mean, you would think places like that would be like preserved as historical landmarks.
Yeah, but I mean, honestly, I mean, it's not bad. It's just they like updated it and made trails and shit. Like when I was a kid, there was no trails. There was no open areas. Like you walked and you hopped on the rocks, and the rocks did not have trees growing everywhere.
Yeah.
It was like you could hop all the way across and you could see across, but now the opposite side is covered in forest now. Like it's a different world than when I was a kid. I remember when it was a kid, like you could see everything around you. Now it's just mostly trees, which I mean, things change. I need to be an adult and accept that. But looking at that fucking the busted downtown that she was wandering through and found the door, it's it's so pretty. So pretty.
And she's living in Kyushu right now.
Yeah. And also the voice actors in this whole thing. Like, I don't normally point them out, but I love who played Suzume.
Yeah.
She played her emotions perfect. Like, every time I felt her emotions when she was saying anything. And if they stood out to me, that makes a big difference.
I feel like that is kind of like one of Makoto Shinkai's. I mean, I know he doesn't have any control over who does the American voice acting.
Yeah.
But I think when he is in charge of the entire production, as a director, as the writer,
and Soda did good too,
because he also does the editing too. So you see, he does a lot of the work behind the scenes for his film.
Well, he makes quality ass films, and I love that he sticks with that fucking with that quality, and he makes sure that each one of his films has that quality. Because I like this is almost Your Name. It's so close. It did not give me the emotional grip that Your Name did, but Suzume was equally as pretty. Yes. The story was quality. Mm-hmm. It felt wrapped up at the end, which I appreciate.
Oh yes.
And like I said, it didn't give me the emotional gripping that Your Name did, but I loved it. I thought it was really good. I really enjoyed it.
I also think, to a certain extent, that Makoto Shinkai's films are all interconnected in some way or shape. So, for instance, you remember when we did we did Your Name, and then we did Weathering with You, and then characters from Your Name popped up in Weathering with You. Now we didn't see anybody from those past films pop up in this one. At least I don't think so. But it makes you ponder, like,
it's been a while since I've seen those. So
is Makoto Shinkai like inadvertently creating his own little shared universe with his films?
Don't do that and disappoint me, sir.
No, I doubt. I doubt.
I
doubt that's the complete case. But like I said, Weathering with You and Your Name happened in the same universe.
Yeah,
those two films happened in the same. universe.
Weathering with You wasn't terrible. It wasn't as good by any means.
No.
I think Suzume was better, but
that's fair.
It wasn't the worst.
No. So we are at that point where Suzume catches up with Sota inside the ruins in Kyushu of the old place that apparently had this terrible earthquake.
Yeah.
And she doesn't see him, but she finds this door. She opens the door and she can see a whole night sky with pretty stars.
Obviously a different world, like grass plains and shit.
But she keeps trying to go through and she can't get through.
Yeah, she goes through and just pops out the other side and is like, the fuck? Right, yeah. Honestly, I thought when she kept passing through, I was expecting her to be like in the same world, but something was changed.
Right.
Like when she came back out and went back to the normal world, I was expecting to be like, oh, it's the normal world, but somehow she went through like 3 different dimensions, so things are slightly different. Is what I thought would happen.
Fair enough. I mean, when we saw the previews for it, it was like, it could be some kind of weird dimensional jumping with these weird doors. I mean, look at Monsters Inc. Monsters live in one dimension, humans live in another dimension, and they're just crossing over between closet doors.
Yeah.
But that's not the case here, unfortunately. But she sees this weird little statue thing in the friggin' water.
Yeah, and she's like, "Oh, I'll just pull this shit out."
And then it turns into like
ice.
It first turns to ice, and then it turns into a frail cat-looking thing. And then
she's like, "The fuck!"
And then it just dips.
Yeah,
and
as cats dip.
And then what happens? Then this creature that Sota refers to as the worm starts to eat. Well, it's already emerged.
Yeah,
because she
left the door cracked and just ran.
Yeah. So she hadn't seen it yet. She goes back to school finally, and that's when the worm appears at the same location. But it's just like this weird cloud-looking thing.
Yeah, and no one else can see it.
Yeah,
no one except else sees for like she's the only one who sees it, and also like they're all getting messages on their phone like, "Hey, it's earthquake coming."
Yeah,
like earthquake. A 3 on the Richter scale is fucking coming.
Yeah. So you see the quake happen, and she's like, "Okay, gotta go."
Yeah, and she sees the worm coming out, and it's like spreads its tendrils as it's going up into the sky.
Exactly. You're like, so this happens multiple times in the film, but this one seems, your first time seeing it, you're like, what the hell? So it's coming out. It's one thick body at first, looking basically like a worm, kind of earth colored, but crimsonish as well, with weird tentacles coming off of it, which our earthworms do not have tentacles.
Well, you obviously are looking at the wrong earthworm, sir.
I mean, maybe parasitic worms.
It's also / fungi.
So yeah, I mean, I thought that was
It looked like the basic, like when they say, "Oh, there's dark energy" or "dark bad guy." It looked like the basic, like, "Oh, it's." I
would compare it to kind of like Princess Mononoke. Honestly.
Yeah. But I mean, like I feel like every time there's like, "Oh, there's a dark energy," it's a bad thing. It's just like it's always a dark like worm, black and purple, coming out, and
the Boy and the Beast. It was a blue whale.
That wasn't even the evil.
Wasn't it?
Pretty sure that wasn't the actual evil, because that was... The whale wasn't the evil thing.
Wasn't it? It was coming out of the boy with the blonde hair.
Yeah, but it was... The boy with the blonde hair was the bad guy.
Yeah.
I can't even remember. It's been so long.
I know, right?
It's been a really long time.
It's been a long...
But that was a good one, too.
Yeah, it was a
That was a real good one. And I still like The Sword and the Stranger. That one was really good.
That was really good too.
That was so good. But we can talk about that in episode 101.
Yeah.
So
the look back.
The look back.
Yeah. So I mean, our villain is a force from what is called the Ever After.
Yeah, it's basically where people go when they die, but you don't see anybody else.
I'm pondering if Sota or Sota's grandfather got it wrong.
What do you mean got it wrong? Like they don't? It's not actually the Ever After.
Like it's not the afterlife.
Yeah, I didn't think about that, but that now that you say that, that actually makes sense because you don't see anybody else there except for Suzume as a child, and
what we first perceived as her mother.
Yeah. Yeah, you thought it was her mother.
Yeah, and flashes that she had from her dream when we first see her.
Yeah, she thought it was her mother, and but he also said that Sota was like, "Oh, this is my job. Like I'm getting paid to do this while I'm learning to be a teacher."
I think it was reversed. Like being a closer, which is what his family is called, since they have the ability to close these
the doors
to the ever after. I think I don't think he was getting paid for that.
No, he was saying that this was his job until he became a teacher. He had like a teacher exam or whatever.
Yeah, which we found out from Serizawa.
Yeah, but I thought that they said that he was he was trained to be a teacher, and he was doing the closing business, while he was.
Which I'm still like
to be a teacher, but like,
how does one become
how do you get a job? Like, was there an ad in the paper?
I mean, I can understand like when they did the X 1999 series, like Onmyojis were like working for the government.
Yeah, the government's like, we would like to hire
to bless certain things because you have Shinto priests that also do the blessings. Onmyojis can do the blessings. So lots of big events would be around these figures.
I don't.
As far as this, I mean, maybe they kind of take the places of that kind of thing.
I mean, obviously they're needed.
Yeah, but only,
once she pulled out the cat, it was like, what was he doing before then? Like, he said he needed to lock the door, but wasn't the door already shut before?
Makes you ponder if he was the one who placed the keystone there in the first place, because he said the keystone was there.
Yeah, because she said, it's down there, and maybe he got there first, and then did it, and then left, and then as he was leaving, he noticed, oh shit, the worm got out somehow, went back.
Yeah, and that's
where... And was trying to shut the door.
He was like, what the hell? The keystone was right here.
Yeah.
What did you do?
What happened?
Yeah, because he had to do the whole...
Fucking Daijin was right fucking here. And the cat's like, Suzume, I love you. We're going to be best friends forever. And you're like, you are a creepy motherfucker. And she used fucking social media to figure out where that damn cat was.
So I think one of my issues ended up being that, okay, they go to shut the door. He does a prayer. He has a key around the neck.
Yeah, and then
you start hearing the voices and stuff. Sees the keyhole.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Right.
Good morning.
So when you first see Daijin doesn't even have a name. He's just a scrappy looking.
Yeah, and she feeds him.
Yeah, which apparently is a thing of love.
Yeah, yeah. And he's like, all right, well, we're best friends now.
Yeah, he just immediately forms his bond, and then he perks up from being a little shitty looking
raggedy bitch
to white and full of life.
Yeah. And then he curses Soda for what reason?
Because
turns him into a fucking chair he's sitting on. Why?
Jealousy.
Okay.
But maybe. Again, she just met Soda today.
Yeah.
She just met your ass today. How are you gonna be like, I already see there's connection between you two. I don't like it.
I feel like there was probably some like prophecy or something that the grandfather knew, because when he saw the Daijin, Sadajin, when he saw the black cat, he was like, "Oh, old friend,
yeah,
I see you're back," and you're like, "How do you know that? Like, if your job is a closer, you shouldn't have to close like shit." Like, your job should just be check the doors all day long.
Yeah.
Go up and down to different cities for a while and be like, door still closed, door still locked. Cool. Next door. Door still closed, door still locked. But they didn't know where the Tokyo one was.
Yeah, so they didn't know where... So technically, he shouldn't have known where Sadajin was.
Yeah, and because Sadajin was covering that door.
But then again, no, it was all redacted.
That's right, it was all marked through. And they don't even explain why it was redacted.
Yeah.
Do they? Who redacted it? Why?
Yeah. Why would
you're trying to protect the door, but what would anybody gain from opening the door?
If it literally would mean the lives of millions.
Yeah. Because they talked about like the whole town was destroyed at some point. Yeah. What would anyone gain? Like, even if you were like, I'm a bad guy, my goal is just to be a bad guy. Like, that worm's gonna kill you too. It's killing everyone. It's not that worm never once uttered any like sentience or had any intelligence. No, it was just destroy.
Go get as
high
as you can, and then
fall down.
Gain. Apparently, these gold strands from the earth would connect to it, but the moment that it dropped and fell on the ground, you would feel the earthquake. But it could cause a huge cataclysm if both halves of the worm were connected.
Yeah.
Which is why there was a gate in the east and a gate in the west protected by the two keystones.
Yeah. And that's what, like, and what even were the keystones? I think Soda mentions at one point, he's like, I think they're gods. Or Suzume does. Yeah. She's like, I think they're gods.
Daijin and Sadajin, when they're heading towards Kyushu again.
But, like, also, why was, because, like, Sadajin for 1 second was like, took over Tamaki and made her a bitch.
But the same thing happened with Daijin when the Tokyo gate was opened. Like, he took on that, he had like a weird, evil, demon like grimace. Like,
yeah.
Like, why were you it didn't make...
What was the point of taking
make
over?
Sense.
Yeah.
What was the point of having the gates open if you're trying to protect people from those things.
Yeah, and like, why are the Keystones? Do they have to be alive? Like, do they have to be cats?
Apparently so. I mean, Soda became a Keystone.
Yeah, Soda became a Keystone, but like obviously, Daijin turned him into a Keystone.
Right.
Why? How? Like, why?
Basically, he created a replacement for himself.
Yeah, and that's
so he could be.
So he could be a cat and be a friend with Suzume.
Yeah.
Okay, but like,
what was?
How do you know what's there? Like, what else there is?
So I can only assume over these travels because Daijin decides his first trip after leaving Kyushu is Ihime. And
he goes from like door to door.
Yeah, he just kind of like travels to Ihime via this boat.
Mm-hmm.
And Sota and Suzume follow. But we haven't even said that Sota was cursed to be
a chair.
Suzume's childhood chair that her mother created for her.
Yeah, missing a leg.
Yeah, which it comes to play later on, which I'm still like, what?
Where's that last leg too?
Yeah, where is that leg?
It did not. They did not explain where that last leg was. They didn't.
I will give my theory on that later.
Okay.
So they go to Ihime. She meets Chika. They do a whole adventure. They stop another gate at a school.
Yeah.
They then travel to Kobe where they meet Rumi and her twins. And while there, they close another gate on a Ferris wheel.
Yeah, and she keeps making friends along the way.
Yeah.
Which is kind of cool. Like,
and her aunt's still freaking out at home. Like, where are you?
Because she keeps making up excuses. Like, I'm staying at a friend's house.
Well, at least she's in contact with her. I'm like, other runaways would be like, no. But
she's
not really
Fuck
running.
You.
But she's not really running away. It's like she's trying to make up for the mistake that she's made. But she can't just be like, hey, I'm closing gates to another world.
Yeah, you can't.
And trying to stop a cataclysm.
Yeah, sorry. Get it? Cataclysm?
Facts. Didn't even think about it when I said.
Thanks. I'll be here all night.
So then I guess the big stop is Tokyo, where Soda lives. And
yeah.
This is where she meets Serizawa.
Who is like his friend who,
he's kind of a dick.
He's kind of a dick, but he's like.
But he eventually.
They think he's a loan shark, and then you're like, oh, wait. He's like, oh, actually, I owe him money.
Yeah.
Why are you chasing him? But then again, Soda does say at the beginning, he's like, he's a really good guy. He acts like an asshole, but he's actually a really good guy.
Yeah, I mean, skull ring. He's got he's almost like low-level gangster kind of way.
Yeah, he's got like the douche car.
But then he gets in the car and he starts playing all these like really good songs.
Britney Spears, essentially.
You're like, these are great driving songs. And he's just...
And he's trying to hit on Tamaki, too.
Now, I will say...
He was trying to hit on that girl.
I will say that where we're doing English for just talking, when they do the songs, it's all Japanese. Even the American voice actors are doing the Japanese songs in Japanese. So they're doing proper.
Mm-hmm.
Like, but I still need subtitles.
Please give me subtitles.
To tell me what those words.
What does song mean? But he also was like, "Oh, I guess we're driving 7 hours."
Yeah, he was perfectly fine.
Yeah, he was fine.
So yeah, during the Tokyo event, the worm pops out of the gate that was not seen in Tokyo, and it's the head part, not the tail part, that had been popping up in every other place.
Mm-hmm.
And this one damn near destroys Tokyo until, unfortunately, Sota has to become a keystone and is stabbed into the head and closes off the gate.
Yeah.
Now, terrible. Because
Suzume
is super pissed, and she tells Daijin, "Fuck you, I hate you," and she tries to go through the gate down there. Yeah, and Daijin goes back to being a shrimpy, wet-looking cat.
Yeah, wet, nasty, sad cat.
So then Suzume goes and meets Soda's grandfather at the hospital, and he's a dick because he's just like, "Oh, what's the fate of my grandson? What did he do? I saw everything."
Yeah, yeah, because that was one of the things I wondered. Like, when she left the Tokyo gate after she closed it, I was like, all right, so how do you figure out the next step?
Yeah, she goes to.
She had no idea.
No, she just knew that Sota said that his grandfather lived nearby in a hospital. Well, it was basically in a hospital. He's sick.
Yeah, and so she went and found the hospital and found his grandfather, and he was a fucking asshole.
Like, yeah. Oh, he's a keystone? Well, give up on him.
Good!
He's done.
Goodbye! I knew he'd fuck up.
Like, bro, really?
Can you calm down? Just a little bit.
Yeah, she said she wasn't going to give up and dipped.
Yeah, and then he's like,
wait!
What do you mean?
Like, I would give my life for him.
Yeah, and he's like, oh, what? Love is the key?
Alright, well, the only reason you can see the ever after and all this stuff...
It's because she died.
It's because she went through...
Oh, she went through as a
door.
child.
Yeah, she got lost.
Yeah.
So, if you can go back through that door, you can get back to the ever after. So, she knows her plot. She's plotted her course. She knows where she's got to go. Sadajin pops up to the grandfather and is like... Grandfather's like, oh, what's good?
Oh, you're here again?
I entrust everything to you.
Yeah. Good luck.
What you mean you entrust everything to him? What does that mean?
Yeah, what is he?
I hate when a story says, or a character from one from a story says, I entrust everything to you. I know you can't do shit, and you're probably dying, but you're just gonna willy-nilly entrust to a big black cat.
Big black cat. And then they're like, they argue and fight at first, and then suddenly they're like, all right, we're best friends now. And then they cuddle up in the backseat, and you're like, wait, what?
Yeah, okay.
Because at first they were like fighting, and I was like, oh, this is the bad cat. This is the black cat.
Yeah,
and they fight, and then suddenly it's like, all right, we're best friends. We're gonna get in the car.
Yeah, Tamaki pops up and after she, Suzume and Sarazara have gotten together to be like, all right, we're gonna go back to Kyushu to, find Soda. Okay, cool. Tamaki pops up. They get in the car. All right, Dajin's still looking like shit, but he's in the car too for some reason.
Yeah.
Even though he's like...
He talks every once in a while, and everyone else is like, what?
Yeah. So they're...
Did that cat talk?
They're at a freaking rest stop, and Tamaki and Suzume, like, go off on each other.
Yeah.
And it's like one of those family dramas things, because Tamaki didn't have to take in Suzume.
Yeah. And she's like, I gave you all my best years, and blah, 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 blah. I didn't have to take you in.
Who would want me with a child?
Yeah, who would want me with a child, blah, blah, blah.
Well, I'm like...
And Suzume's like,
what the fuck?
What the hell?
And then you see Sadajin just pops up behind her after... No. Suzume's like, this isn't you.
Yeah, this ain't you. And then Sadajin pops up, and she's like, oh, it wasn't you.
Yeah.
It was Sadajin.
Yeah. But I'm like, well, why?
Why? Yeah, why is it like a black and white cat?
Why is all the negativity like...
Yeah, because they don't explain that either. It's like he's the negative cat, but like, why does he have to be... Yeah. I mean, maybe the keystones have to be a positive and a negative to connect totally. But also Daijin isn't necessarily all positive.
No, because you think his whole purpose seems very dark when you first pop up.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't want to be the keystone.
He's just being an asshole.
Yeah, and every time there's a gate nearby, he's like,
open it.
People might die.
Yeah. People might die. Better fix it. Like, fuck you! Stop opening the door.
And that's exactly what we thought. He was opening the doors. No, they were just already open, but Soda hadn't come across them.
So how about we break some doors?
Yeah, like
stop leaving doors in the middle of puddles.
You're right.
Like how about that?
It was standing straight up.
Yeah, it was standing straight up,
perfectly intact.
What did it look like when it was intact?
I'm gonna guess.
What is the point of that door in the middle of an atrium?
Better than it did.
But what was it before? What was there like some rooms in an apartment?
Maybe it was an office.
Was it a fucking office? Was it just a random door?
I mean, the one on the Ferris wheel was literally a door to a Ferris wheel car.
And he's like, "You're on a Ferris wheel. Stop walking."
The other one was literally the sliding door to a school.
I mean, there's a lot of questions. Okay, so, and this is why it's not your name.
Exactly.
Because there are questions left over.
Like, I mean, there's good in this movie. I mean,
it's very good.
It's visually good. The story is good. The characters are great. The
voice actors are amazing. So good.
I mean, just some there's like certain little small plot holes.
I mean, but we're just being kind of bitches about it. Really,
we can't help it.
It's what we do.
Makoto Shinkai, you've done better.
Makoto Shinkai, you've done worse. You've done worse. Because honestly, like, Weathering with You wasn't bad. This is better than Weathering with You.
That's fair.
And this is probably right under your name. I enjoyed it. There were a few questions left unanswered, but at the same time, those questions weren't so prevalent that it didn't even come up until just now.
Correct.
Because me and you were bullshitting.
Yeah, we break it down. We break it down.
We were breaking it down.
Facts.
But I mean, honestly, I really liked it. I thought like if I point out the voice acting, how good it is, I think that makes a big difference. The visual effects obviously were fucking fantastic.
Yes.
Like I love when they mix the 3D with the 2D and it works well. Like if it properly
bends, it's got to properly bend. If it does not blend properly, it's gonna look like shit. Like I said, amazing. When we looked at Evangelion, like the 3D was a big part of that, and because it was up to par now.
Yeah, it was up to par.
Yeah, it was like that shit was amazing.
Yeah, but like the original, you were like.
I mean, yeah. If you try to throw those 3D animations with the old Evangelion, you were like, no, it's gonna look like Ajin.
I still wish they had like a solid fucking plot to Evangelion.
It is a solid plot.
It was not solid.
It's crazy.
No,
it's a crazy story.
It was crazy and stupid.
It's a crazy story.
It's stupid.
It's always good. Whatever.
Sorry, Evangelion can suck my Evangelion dick. Anyways, Suzume. So rate it.
Oh, you just want to go for the rating?
Oh, I'm sorry. Do you have one more thing to say?
I mean, you got to talk about the ending because Soda was turned into a chair.
Okay, Soda was turned into a chair, and then he was back to people, and then they stabbed in his face and his tail.
Yeah, they used
the keystones.
Yeah, they used both Sadajin and
because Sadajin was fighting the worm while they were trying to find, she was trying to pull out Soda.
Yeah.
And I don't like it. Almost seemed like a god thing where it was like Sodajin and the worm were fighting, and it was like one of those like, oh, it's an endless god war. Like they're always fighting.
Yeah.
To the end of time.
Like
but
like two of the elements like fighting. Like what is it? Tiger is earth. No, Tiger is air.
Like Tiger and Dragon or whatever. Fighting constantly.
Yeah.
Like to the end of time. But that's kind of how it felt when the cat immediately came in and was like, shing, turned into a giant cat and started fighting the worm immediately. And they didn't even explain, like, after the worm dies, because Suzume and Sato both have each of the cats, and they stab it into its head and tail at the same time. And then
it just returns. Literally, it looks like it turns to earth, just dirt.
Yeah.
And then it's literally covered over in, like, grass.
Yeah,
almost
grass.
Immediately.
Yeah. And so it's like, all right, this is just opposite Earth.
But see, so the funny part is right at that point, she sees her younger self.
Yeah, and she's like, oh, I understand now. I'm like, do you? Because I don't. Like, what's happening?
It wasn't so much, I believe, that the Ever After was the afterlife. It was more like almost like Your Name, where like they were connected through time.
Yeah.
So like it's like infinite time.
Yeah, it feels like I think that's what they were going for. Yeah, it's infinite time, like universal, all at the same time in that dimension space.
Right.
And so it was like, and she comes across her older self getting lost in the door.
It's funny. It's funny because if she got lost as a child, she comes through this door, saves the world as an adult. And when younger self sees older self, initially she thinks,
"Oh, it's my mom." Yeah.
And this is where the freaking three-legged stool comes back into play, because it's a three-legged stool that she literally brought with her. That was Sota, and now she's giving it to her younger self.
But where'd the fourth leg go?
The fourth leg didn't go anywhere. If we have infinite time. And possibly infinite reality in this Ever After.
Yeah.
The initial chair was probably destroyed. This is a separate universe. And she's bringing it to this universe to give to her younger self. It's a weird timeline thing, and I don't like the weird timeline things because it leaves so much to the imagination where it's a slow burn. You could fucking go insane trying to make up any kind of excuse, any kind of reason why there's not a fourth leg.
Do you hear that?
Mommy made a fourth leg. Bullshit.
No, it's the smell of smoke coming out of my ear. It's
fair enough. Again, infinite time, infinite reality, whatever you want to say. All we know is
you have to let it go with this movie. You have to. You can't try and come up with. You have to let it go, or you're gonna go crazy like we are right now.
I mean, think. Okay, think about it like this. Okay, think about it like this.
I was thinking.
Okay.
Okay.
So, The town is basically destroyed. Literally, the town is destroyed in this earthquake. Younger self of Suzume ends up in the ever after because she goes through a door.
Yeah, she's trying to find her mom.
Right. So she's lost. Meets older Suzume. Older Suzume has the chair. She basically creates a time loop.
Yeah.
So even though the chair may have been destroyed, the older self still had the chair, which doesn't make sense because what?
Yeah, but how?
Where?
How?
Why does the chair still only have three legs?
Yeah.
We never find out.
Yeah.
We just know that older self has a 3-legged chair that is
gives
the same
it to
chair.
baby Suzume, and Suzume is like, "Oh, you're right," because of the chair, and then goes out the door
With
so
that
she
chair.
can go back to Tamaki with the chair.
No matter what, she always comes back with a 3-legged
She
chair.
just comes back with a 3-legged chair. That's the.
It's an
the
immutable
time
point.
circle. It's a circle. It's a ring. It goes round and round. It never ended.
And if you get that reference, you
can be a friend. Thank you very much.
That's right. We bring it full circle.
We always bring it full circle. It goes in a circle. It's forever.
It's like a ring.
It's like a ring. It goes in a circle. I want to do Princess Bride. I'm like, marriage
is what brings us here
together. Wow. Wow.
Have fun storming the castle, boys.
All right, but this is so stupid. We got time for bullshit in episode 101, but
as far as ratings, what do you want to rate?
Rate it. I am going to rate it just under Your Name. I'm going to give it I believe we rated Your Name 9.8 or 9.5. That's just strictly off the top of my head. I did not look it up.
We did not do research.
I did not research whether or not what we rated it.
I mean, I feel like if we did do research, we'd be like kind of overstepping ourselves.
We would be over. Yeah, that's work, sir.
No. That's like saying we're big shit. We gotta go back.
We gotta go look through our archives.
We'll get there one day.
One day. I want to pay someone to do that shit.
Yeah. You're a big shot when you can hire an intern.
Hire an intern. Anyways, I'm pretty sure we rated that shit like 9.5, 9.8. But I'm going to give this an 8.5.
8.5?
8.5. Because I did really like the only thing that really that threw me off was I didn't feel as connected to the story. The story was not bad. But we had some questions that we brought up. Where there are some things that were left unanswered, which in some cases, you can have unanswered questions and be like, it's fine. Yeah. I'm not overly concerned about the details. But then this is one of those movies where the questions that were left unanswered, I'm still like, what? Like, even Your Name, it did a time loop. But it made sense in the way that they described it. And so it was like, I don't have any questions. This is just what happened. It makes sense.
Yeah, and then they finally broke the loop.
Yeah, and they broke the loop, and you're like, holy shit. Oh, here they come. They're going to meet.
It's because it's a good love story.
Oh, so good.
I think that was really
fuck you, The Notebook.
Ryan Gosling, Amy Adams, you had your chance.
Eat a dick.
Not that. Rachel Adams.
Yeah, whatever. I don't give a fuck.
Rachel? Is it Rachel Mc?
I don't know.
McAdams?
I don't even know.
Adams?
Doesn't matter because it's not Your Name.
Adams.
Anyways.
Yeah. You give it an 8.5. You know what?
8.5, maybe 8.75. You give it like a 7.
Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna give it an 8.6. I'll give it an 8.6. It was good. Like I said, we still got questions.
Was not the best, but I would definitely recommend it.
Yeah, I will say it is probably better than Weathering with You, and Voices of a Distant Star. But that was Makoto's first movie, and that was the start.
Yeah,
but it was only a half hour short. So.
But it was. I mean, like it didn't.
Within a half hour, you got a.
We did a longer podcast episode on it.
we did a longer podcast episode on that 30-minute episode.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think Voices of You, if he were to go back and try to change a couple of things, maybe elongate.
Oh, I'd love to see what he'd do with it now.
I would like to see a continuation.
Yes, that would be fun too.
Oh, half hour? Here's a whole hour and more.
Yeah, you're looking.
Oh shit! This joint is kind of fine.
Oh, here we go.
Right, and you got mechas too. Like, bro, you You got me. You got me.
Yeah, well, that's all you need to say is mechas, and Jay's like, hello, anyone else's pants shrinking?
I can't help it. I love a good.
You do love a good mecha, ladies.
Hey. The Japanese have their own mechs now.
Ooh.
You did know?
Is it like Iron Man when they were trying to make the outfits? Like, and break the back?
Oh, no. It's a whole cockpit system.
Stop it.
It's got arms.
It's not useful at all. You cannot actually use it in warfare.
I don't know if you would want to use it.
No, you can't.
It's too.
So it's worthless.
It's too rigid right now.
Worthless.
Generation 2 could be a whole
worthless.
Okay. Still looks cool.
I'm just giving you shit. Worthless.
It still looks cool.
But they just want to make Gundam.
Yeah.
And Evangelion.
The moment I see a motherfucker that's 16 meters tall.
Yeah, I know you're going to shit your pants.
Whee!
You can be like, can I please be one, please?
I want to be a test pilot.
Please, can be a test pilot.
I want to be a test pilot.
Okay, Jay, we've reached an hour. Please, tell these motherfuckers where they can find us.
Hey, yo. You can find us at the kjandapodcast on gmail.com. You can also find us at Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Threads, TikTok, YouTube.
Oh, I forgot to say TikTok.
Look at you.
I'm a bitch.
Don't forget that Patreon. And, if you just want to donate, buy me a coffee.
Mm-hmm.
But, you can find us, listening-wise, everywhere you want to be.
Yeah, that's where we'll be. Anywhere you want to be.
Oh, yeah. Don't forget to leave us a message at 858-848 KJNA Podcast.
No, KJNA 5562.
Yes.
That's right.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for listening. Suzume. Bye-bye.